Greetings. Welcome to the Developing Dad podcast, where we bring the Bible to bear on culture, education, and the family. I am your host, Michael J. Griffin Jr., and today we have an interesting topic. But before we get started, like, comment, subscribe. Help me to build the channel. First, I want to thank you, all these new people. Thank you that have come because of the latest Tia Mowry video. Appreciate you all subscribing. Appreciate the channel growth. You never know when the video is going to hit. So grateful. All right. So let's get straight to it. Now we got a little proposition here. This young man, you're going to see, he owned him, right? And I'm using that term specifically because he went on to the OWN network and did his thing. All right. We're going to review two videos, very short videos, but we're going to have some things to bring the Bible to bear on these. All right. So let's get straight to it. Here we go. Let's get this. Come on. Pull up. What's the screen. There we go. All right. Here we go. If we can get this to play. There we go. All right. I don't know. Some problems. There you go.
Question for you. Have you ever dated a woman with children?
I have, but I was young. When I was like 22, I had a cougar. She had some younger kids. How old is your son?
He's 11.
He's 11. And from my experience, I've told myself I couldn't take a woman with children seriously.
Look at that drop. That he dropped a bomb right there. You can see that face, right? He said I can't take her seriously. Yeah. I'm just gonna let him keep going.
Why?
Child's always gonna come first.
Yes.
Child's
I don't know what's going on with my internet, y'all. Tripping.
gonna always come first. I'm going to always need to put you first, but I come second. And technically, he's a 10-year-old boy who's going to get into his teenage years. He's going to be in a situation where you're not my dad, right? I'm not talking about an anecdotal experience. Your son may be a sweet child, but my experience, it just hasn't been the best.
You have the right to feel however you want about dating a single mom. That's your prerogative, whatever. But you're on a date with a single mom. What are you talking about? Your priority here is supposed to be trying to get a third date. I don't even know why I'm on a second date with you in this moment.
Realistically, yeah, we can have some fun.
But taking it serious.
It's like taking it seriously is just hard because I don't have to settle. I've done certain things in my life to put me at a certain echelon, to date a certain top tier. Not saying a woman with a child isn't top tier, but like standards wise, it's like I like to travel and be like, yo, let's go. I gotta go to Miami, let's do this, let's do that. And it's like, let me call my mom and see if she can watch the kid. It's just no real benefit in it for me.
All right. Let's stop right there. Now, before we start, okay, I got another feature. Before I start addressing this, I got to turn it on. All right. So this is the hypergamy filter. It's activated. All right. You got your Birkin bags and black cards. Birkin bags, black cards. Okay. Because I have these things, I want you to pay attention to me as a man, right? I got you your Birkin bag and your black card. Okay. So pay attention to what I'm about to say. That young man was absolutely correct. He has the right to his own preference. He says, number one, the child's going to come first. In most instances, he is absolutely correct. They're going to place the child above him. The Bible clearly states, right? 1 Corinthians 11:3, that the husband is the head. Ephesians 5:25, husband's the head. When you invert that paradigm and you put the child in front over the child's needs over the husband, this is why we need to start taking seriously where the eggplant goes and who we allow the eggplant, whose eggplant we allow into us, women, right? Remember, hypergamy filter, Birkin bags, and black cards. I got y'all. All right, I got y'all. Okay, so pay attention to what I'm telling you, though. You cannot fault this man for he has experience with this. He also has his own preferences. And she agreed. She said, yes, the child's going to come first. No, that's not how this works. If that's the case, then you should stay single. When you decide to come under a man's headship, he is the head. He's at the top of the food chain, your primary concern. Okay. Now, and I'm telling you this, I have experience. I'm not telling you this from personal. I have personal experience with this. My wife had a child before we got together. One of the things that we talked about was that and she knew this going in. I didn't even have to state it, that the order was going to be me and her, one flesh, all the children. And what I said was, I'm going to treat him as my own. He's going to be loved as my own. But what I need from you, and she understood this completely, is that I need to have the same amount of authority over him as I will have over the children that we produce together. We talked about this. It was just that simple. And there was no pushback like, oh, he come first. Now, as a mother, she obviously was vetting me and making sure that I wasn't going to, treat him harshly or anything like that. Like she as a mother, she knew she had to take care of him, right? She had to find a man who would be willing to take both of them. And when we got together, I'm like, I'm taking both of y'all. This is what I'm doing, right? My grandfather did this for my grandmother. I've seen this happen. But it's only for the type of woman that there's a very select few women who fit the criteria that, and again, she was the type of woman even before we got married. She was the type of woman that would help build a life. So she wasn't like this woman, right? With the attitude off top, right? Yes. You on a date with a single mother, your job should be trying to get a second date. Actually, no. His job is to let his preferences be known so that there is no ambiguity around what his desires are going to be. He doesn't want any there should be no unclear preferences on his part. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. His job is to state clearly, I'm not going to take this seriously, because it's going to be hard. The child's going to come first. I want to come first. I've done work to be the type of man who should be placed first. Why? And then again, he gets double points because he did this on the OWN network. Yeah, that's real. Okay, because watch what happens. Let's go to the next part. Okay, I'm gonna take the filter off right now because I'm not talking. We're gonna listen in to the next one. All right, it's the next video. Okay, here we go. Let me get my internet together.
You may have maturity. I felt like you don't have authority. You have a responsibility, but no authority. That's what I feel.
And those are some strong words. But Joya,
Yes.
you didn't ask for another date with him. What was the turnoff?
Specifically, the turnoff was when I asked that
Finna make up
question
something right now.
about would you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you. That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to the women out there who have children.
No, it's not unfair. The situations are completely different. He did not choose to be raised by a single mother. That wasn't his choice. He was born into that situation. That's an immutable circumstance of his life. So he couldn't choose that. This situation he can choose. I forgot to put the filter on. Hold on, y'all. Let me repeat that with the filter on. This is an immutable circumstance of his life. He was born to a single mother. He had no control over that. The circumstances of his birth are out of his control. So he had no hand in that. This situation, he can choose whether or not he wants to become one flesh with this woman, and he's choosing not to, or any single mother. If that man chooses he doesn't want to, so what? Like, get over it. It's not insensitive. It's not insensitive to single mothers. It's not. Nobody's trying to make. Yeah, you're right, Kiana. Right. That is not the right order. We talked. I saw you mentioned that earlier. Yeah, that's not the right order. Right. And it's that, right. It wasn't his choice to be raised by a single mother. He's just wild, man. I don't know. I'm gonna let you. That's a great question, but you. So this is the immutable circumstances of his life do not necessitate his choices going forward. They don't not necessitate the word I'm looking for. They don't. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't determine his choices going forward. Just because he was raised by a single mother doesn't mean he needs to marry one. And not even, why marry her? Like, she seems like she's dripping with attitude. We're going to talk about that. We're going to bring the scriptures to bear on her in a second. But man, this is crazy. Like, the young man's going to defend himself well. So I'm going to let him do that. Let me turn the filter off. Hold on. Here's the hypergamy filter's gone.
All right, so just because it's a cycle, I wanted to continue.
It doesn't have to continue.
So what I'm saying is that
it's more about why would you cut off and say that single women are not on the same
what
level?
you're supposed to learn from is history. So you're a
What's
very
that got to,
intelligent woman.
what's that got to do
You're a
with
very
it?
intelligent woman. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
So if you know, as a woman growing up, you know it's the less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child. So what you do, you be more proactive. Using condoms.
What's that got to do
Making
with
sure
your
that you,
choice?
okay, if you're getting pregnant, then all right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't continue having this child because I'm not getting married. A better chance of me having a successful life.
You're
by
speaking of
finding a
me.
man. That's what I'm
Excuse me.
thinking.
So you were raised by a single mother.
Yes. And
Was your
I
mother still
struggled.
alive?
I struggled. My mom's still
Did
alive.
she struggle or did you struggle?
Both of us struggled.
Okay, so your words that echoed all around social media, and I want to make sure that we have this clearly, were, I'm a high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother.
Yeah,
Did I have
sure.
that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we'll be selling.
Right. So what makes you think you're a high value man? The car you drive?
No, the value I put out into the world.
What about your character?
I have great character. I built myself to basically have better choices. You want to know why? Because women can choose and make a choice.
They can.
They can say, I don't want to date a man that makes
They
less than
can.
6 figures.
They can.
And then what are you doing?
But
You're
we're not
demeaning a man.
talking about that.
Women
That's
can
not
talk
the
about their
situation
choice.
at
What I
hand.
want
Listen,
to-
hold on.
That's not
A
the
woman can say, I
conversation.
want to date a man less than 5'8", and the man could be 5'4". Do they care about
What does that have to do
ostracizing all of those
with
men?
anything?
If a fat man is sitting here, he can be a fat man, right? But if a fat woman is sitting here, you would say, oh no, we're body positive. Oh no, we can't say that. It's all about picking her up. So every time you're saying something for a man,
Bro,
it's down.
you got a lot on your back.
Yeah,
okay?
man.
So what I
I'm
want
just
to be
saying
clear,
equal
not
rights.
just for you, but for everybody out there, is the car you drive, your resume, your bank account, your accolades is not what makes you a high value man.
Definitely not.
We are all defined by the sum of our deeds and our character, and you, brother, are coming up to the sum of zero.
All right, so we're gonna stop it there. They went in on the brother. All right, now he handled it well. That's why I said this. He owned them. Everything that he said they could not. Now, obviously the abortion thing, I'm completely against that. But everything else he said was spot on. Right, responsibility. These are things that, again, you may be cutting yourself off to a segment of men who do not want to deal with baby daddy drama or all this other stuff. Right. When you make these decisions have consequences, and this is the thing that they're allergic to. And so what did they start doing? Right, they started trying to shame the brother. Your character's coming up to zero. How do you know that? Like, what, besides him being on the show because he doesn't want to date a single mother, his character's coming up to zero, and he's willing to state that? Again, that's all they have, because they couldn't refute his argument. He said the value that I put out into the world makes me high value. Okay, that's definitional of the term. Yeah, of course he was absolutely wrong on the abortion thing. I forgot the filter. Hold on, y'all. I forgot the filter. So we got to give this man his props. He went on the OWN network. If you know anything about the OWN network, is owned by Oprah Winfrey. I mean, that should tell you all you need to know. It's geared towards women. It's feminine. Look at the host. She came after the brother. It was ridiculous how they all jumped on him. Even the man was about to cape up for the woman. Talk about, oh no, hold on. It's like, wait, hold on. This man is literally saying nothing that is out of left field except for the abortion thing. I didn't see anything that he said that if he doesn't want to date her or a single mother, that's his right. That's his preference. All right. So we got to bring the Bible to bear on this. All right. Look, and again, and he talked about the fact that they have preferences and everybody else has preferences. Why can't he? The man has preferences. Let him do what he wants to do. All right. Let's do the scripture. Let's go to the scriptures. All right. Here we go. All right. Now, this is important. Proverbs 31. We hear about the Proverbs 31 woman all the time. Okay. But look at the beginning of the chapter. The words of King Lemuel, an oracle that his mother taught him. This is an oracle that his mama taught him. Okay. What are you doing, my son? What are you doing, son of my womb? What are you doing, son of my vows? Do not give your strength to women, your ways to those who destroy kings. Even his mama, King Lemuel's mama, recognized that women, the wrong type of woman is a problem. King Lemuel's mother is telling him this. Don't give your strength to them kind of women. Now, what kind of women are we talking about? What's going on? What's going on, Lawrence? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, Anania, how you doing? Kiana said, make responsibility great again. Praise the Lord. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you, Big Metroid. Right. Modern women try to shame men out of their dating standards. Right. And then again, that's why men have to stand strong, stand firm in the faith. That's why I say that at the end of every one of my podcasts. Be strong, stand firm, because you're going to get the worst of the worst coming from these women. If ad hominem affects you, you're going to have a problem. If ad baculum, appeals to fear, affect you, you're going to have a problem. You got to stand strong, right? Right. Now, yeah, a person's resume doesn't define them, but it can be used as an indicator of character, right? If you have a strong resume, things that you've accomplished, that shows some level of virtue. That shows some level of discipline, some level of fortitude, courage, patience, temperance. These things are emblematic. I mean, you can look at the tangible aspects of your life to find out why, if a person has these virtues, right? And that's what a resume can do. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And then, oh yeah, Kiana says it. They have a lot of unrealistic standards. All right. So what type of woman is King Lemuel's mother talking to him about? Now, obviously, you can go to Proverbs 7. That's the obvious one. But listen to this, specifically this type of woman that's on this page. Because look, and I say this all the time. The single mother is not it's become a derisive term, like a term of derision. But these women have trash character before they have a child. That's the problem. Their character is trash before they have the child. The child just brings it to the forefront. It just makes it more real. That's all it does. Things like that just make the trash can. Because again, I can tell you, I have a quote unquote single mother in my house. She that I'm married to, she is nothing like these women. Nothing. It's one of the reasons why I married her. Peace, not contentious. Proverbs 31 up and down. That's what I married, right? She happened to have a child before we got married. That didn't disqualify her to me, because I looked around the lay of the land and I'm like, well, all these women without kids, I can see they're going to bring me all kind of trouble. All kind of trouble. Like, no thank you. No thank you. Right? So it's all about the character of the person who now don't get me wrong. There are some indicators, like we talked about, indicators for the man, virtue and vice. So having a child out of wedlock can be an indicator of vice. And in a lot of instances today, it is an indicator of really horrible character. Yeah. So let's keep going though. Proverbs 21:9. It is better to live in the corner of a housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome or contentious or brawling woman. Right? Just go to the roof, bruh. Go to the roof. It is better to live in the corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. Brawling, contentious, always fighting. Right? A continual dripping on a rainy day and a quarrelsome wife are alike. Just dropping, just nagging. Just attitude everywhere. Just ugh. Now look at the black card and the Birkin bags. Black card Birkin bags, right? I got your hypergamy filter activated. I'm saying this stuff and I can provide the black card and the Birkin bags, right? Just believe that as you're listening to this. That's for y'all that have a problem with that. All right. Now here's the last one. This is for the men. This is what this young brother did on that show. My tagline: be right. Be on the alert. Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong. That's what that young brother did. Okay. He owned them. He went in there and he owned them. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. All right. He went in there and he owned the situation. He did not back down. He stuck to his guns. His principles held fast. He made sure that they understood he has a preference. He's not gonna back down from it. And he was honest. That's one of the things that's they're trying to get men to not be as honest about what we expect. They want us to just accept whatever. And you can't do that. Keep your standards high. Keep them high. There's nothing wrong with high standards, right? And specifically, I'm talking about for the young Christian men, keep your standards biblical. All right, keep them biblical standards, okay? So we're not going to bear this long. This actually went longer than I anticipated, but I should have figured that with the 2 video review. All right, until next time, let's get to the title screen. Until next time, be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. See y'all around. Bye.